everybody! I'm here today with a simple and easy driving lesson on steering in a straight line. If you want to be driving a car, then you should know how to steer in a straight line. Simply because a good portion of the time that you spend actually driving, you will be using to steer in a straight line. As you can see, as I'm traveling to where I need to go right now, a lot of this is driving in a straight line. I'm going to tell you a few specific things, 5 specific things that will help you steer in a straight line. And I'm going to be demonstrating myself using them. So number 1 is looking. You want to be looking ahead, okay? So as I'm driving, I'm going to turn here because I have to actually turn on this street. I'm looking ahead, okay? And that's during a turn. Now, when I'm driving in a straight line, I'm essentially looking as far ahead as I can possibly look. Like literally, as far ahead as I can look. That is basically how far I'm looking. So as I make this turn right here, I'm looking way far ahead. And that's what's allowing me to keep the car in a relatively straight line. Okay. Number 2 is going to be posture. So basically you want your shoulders to be square with the front windshield. Now I'm sorry about the poor lighting in this video, but I did my best. Hopefully you can still see what's going on. But essentially, my shoulders are completely straightforward. If I was moved to the right or positioned to the right, I would actually start drifting towards the right. And if I was, the same thing but to the left, I would drift towards the left. So if I want to steer in a straight line, I would keep my shoulders nice and straight. You want your posture to be basically as perfect or near perfect as it can be. You want your shoulders to be facing the windshield, okay? Number 3 are your hands, okay? So when you want to steer in a straight line and when you want to drive the car in a straight line, your hands are very important. Now you saw that I was kind of like this, and it's okay. I mean, if you're driving with one hand, you need that hand to be sort of top center of the steering wheel. But if you want to steer straight even better, as perfect as can be, and especially if you're taking the driving test, you want to drive with 2 hands, okay? You want to steer with 2 hands. You want your hands to be a good distance apart. You want them to be equidistant from the top center of the steering wheel. So go to the top center and then just sort of divide them out. And you want them to be, like I said, spread out nicely. If you're like this, it's hard to stay straight. But you want your hands to be sort of spread out nicely. I'm just going to make this turn right over here. This person over here doesn't have automatic daytime running lights. Very dangerous during the day because, like I said, you can't see them. I noticed them, but still, if you weren't paying attention to the road, that could be an accident right there. So your hands have to be spread out further apart. I know I'm going with one hand on the wheel, but I'm sort of adjusting this paper over here. That is number 3. Your hands are very important for steering in a straight line or driving straight. Number 4 is your grip. Now, for your grip, you want to have a firm but flexible approach. Now, you want to grip the wheel firmly so that it's not going to slip out of your hands. But also, you want it to be flexible because you have to actually make micro adjustments when you're driving and you want to steer in a straight line. You can't just hold the wheel perfectly straight like this because the roads themselves aren't even perfectly straight, right? So you got to be able to make micro adjustments, which are essentially just tiny little movements left and right with the steering wheel. And that's why you need to be flexible with your grip, but firm enough so that I'm not like, woo, the wheel is just slipping out of my hand. No, I can't drive straight like that. I need to grip it firmly enough, but at the same time, you want it to be flexible enough that you can make those micro adjustments. And last but not least is number 5, and this is unbelievably important with regards to driving in a straight line, but not many people talk about it enough, and that is your following distance. Now here's the thing, if I was to follow the car in front of me too closely, which I'm not going to do because I hate people that do that, to be honest with you, but if I were to do it, and if they drifted a little bit to the left, I would actually follow them subconsciously, and if they drifted a little to the right, I would follow them, and that's not a good way to drive in a straight line. It's not a good way at all. So if you want to drive in a straight line, you need to have the appropriate following distance, which is at least 3 seconds or more if the weather conditions are bad. If the roads are dry and it's great weather outside, great roads, then you can go with 3 seconds. But if it's snowing, raining, or anything else, then you have to go with even more seconds, okay? And essentially, you also want to use that in conjunction with one of the other things I spoke about, which is looking far ahead. If I'm following too closely to the car in front of me, I can't see the road ahead of me clearly, and that's going to prevent me from steering in a straight line. But if I have a good following distance, then I can see the road clearly, and that's actually going to allow me to not go in a straight line. Here's my mom. Here's my mom over here. I just randomly saw my mom. She's wondering why I'm... Oh man, that's not my mom. Oh wow. You know what? The same car that my mom drives looks similar to my mom. The license plate is extremely similar. And my grandmother actually lives on this street, so I could have sworn that that was my mom driving to my grandmother's house who lives right here. But it actually wasn't my mom, it was just on... I just honked repeatedly at a random lady who looks like my mom, drives the same car as my mom, and has a license plate that is really similar to my mom. But I could not make this stuff up if I tried, okay? Oh man, sorry, that was a little detour on the video. Okay, anyways, you gotta keep a good following distance. I'm not gonna edit this out, this is too funny. I can't. Oh my abs. You gotta keep a good following distance to actually see what's happening on the road ahead. If you're following too closely, I hope this person's not gonna follow me here wondering who I am. If you follow too closely, then you're not gonna be able to see what's happening on the road, and it's actually going to prevent you from steering straight. All right, and that's basically it. That is my simple but very effective driving lesson on steering in a straight line and steering straight. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, especially towards the end. Like, I was going to edit it out, but why would I do that? It's absolutely hilarious. Sorry about the poor lighting right over here. I really do apologize. It's just the way that it ended up with the camera and the sunlight and so forth. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Please let me know what you think down below as a comment. I really am looking forward to reading the comments on this video for those that saw that ending part. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.